Picture this, everyone. It's late 2025. While everyone's distracted by headlines about politics and ETFs, something massive is actually going on behind the scenes. Coinbase, the biggest exchange in the US, they just quietly purchased $300 million worth of Bitcoin. At the same time, President Trump sat down with China's President Xi, sealing a deal that's going to shift billions in trade for years. And in the middle of it all, you got Brad Garlinghouse. He steps up with a warning that feels like a prophecy. The end of speculation, or the era of speculation, is ending. Let that sink in for a second, what that actually means. That's not just talk. That's the sound. The sound of a new financial system being born, one that runs on utility, not hype. A new financial system when 95% of your tokens are going to disappear because they have absolutely no use. And you know where that money's going to go, right? Directly into utility assets. Without further ado, sit back, relax. Let's jump into a Bitcoin. $109,634. It's currently down 0.3%. ETH coming in at 38.34. It's down 1.23%. Look at that, 123. And XRP back down. I don't know why it's showing number 5. It shouldn't, because as you can see, XRP's 149,813 million and BNB's 149,345. It should be number 4 coin, but here we go. Coin market cap not telling the truth once again, coming in at $2.49. Total cryptocurrency market cap 3.59 trillion. It is down over 4% as your fear and greed index is sitting at 34. And if you can see the average crypto RSI up there in the upper right, most cryptos are oversold. That's a good thing. Usually when it's oversold, what happens next? Well, people start buying and they push up to the upside. Now let's start right here. We'll start with Coinbase. They're not just a trading platform anymore. They're becoming a player in the very system that they helped build. When they revealed that $299 million worth of Bitcoin was purchased in Q3, it wasn't about chasing price action. It was a statement. The old financial institutions, they hoard gold. The new ones, they hoard digital assets. It's like the first scene in a movie. Quiet, subtle, but everything starts from here. The liquidity shift, it has begun. And while everyone else is arguing about the chart and if we're in a bull market or a bear market, the real money, it is positioning itself before the next act. Now, Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, he's been in a lot of high up meetings. He's been meeting with the White House officials as well. Do you think Brian Armstrong has a feeling, a little hunch that he knows what is coming, everyone? Of course he does. There is a reason that Coinbase just purchased $300 million worth of Bitcoin. They do not believe that the price is about to have a 50% correction. If they did, they wouldn't have bought the Bitcoin yet. Let's jump over to the XRP chart. Here's what we're looking at. And as you can see, where are we? Once again, we are in our range. We have yet to leave this range. We have been ranging for quite some time. What happens? We get to the upper area of that resistance around 265 and we get rejected, and we come back down here to 235 and we touch it and we bounce back up. We have tried to break out now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times, everyone, and we have held the bottom range of this zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 about 6 different times. It's about neutral here. Currently we're sitting dead splat in the center of it at $2.50. Nothing happens for XRP until this thing gets above, well, starts about 338. I believe is a little bit of resistance around 380-ish, like the all-time high. We call it $4 on this channel. Once it breaks $4, off to the races we go. It's going to take time though, but we do have the ETFs coming. Then we get this. This is coming from Secretary Scott Bessent about with the deal that Trump made yesterday. We're talking about 12 million metric tons this season, 25 million per year for the next 3 years. Sounds simple, right? Well, yeah, but think about the magnitude here. We're talking billions in payments flowing between two global superpowers. And when that much money moves, you don't just ship crops. You're going to be moving a lot of value. Listen.
Possibly as soon as next week. And Maria, one of the big parts of this agreement, and I'm going to break the news here on your story, is the massive amount of agriculture purchases that the Chinese are going to be doing in this agreement. So the Chinese have agreed to buy 12 million metric tons of soybeans during this season, right now, between now and the should be January. And then for the next 3 years, they're going to be buying a minimum of 25 million metric tons per annum for the next 3 years. What I would expect is, as President Trump did in 2020, after President Xi had agreed to the phase 1 deal, he called him regularly and got him to buy more, and that number went up much.
So behind closed doors, the systems that power this trade, they're evolving. SWIFT, central bank digital currencies, blockchain settlement, all the invisible pipes of the global economy are being rewired. Every trade deal like this pushes nations closer to the digital rails, and you can almost feel it. Like something's about to click into place. Because then get this, Brad Garlinghouse enters the room. Calm, confident, on stage, almost like the guy who knows the ending all along. He says Bitcoin, it sold the story, but utility, that built XRP. Listen up.
You're demonstrating that we don't have a global consensus about crypto. Even in this conversation, and I agree that it still is early, partly because there is not a global consensus about some of these things.
I agree.
And I think some of the use cases, we're still extremely early in terms of scaled use cases. Circle is certainly one example that has started to have a scaled use case around a stablecoin. But I think the crypto industry, I agree, the next 16 years, I think will be better than the last 16 years, because you'll finally see applications emerging that up until now have just been the store of value story or speculation.
Look, that line hits different now. For years, the crypto market, it's been a freaking casino. People lost a lot of money. Tokens built on dreams. But you know what? The lights, they're starting to flicker. The speculators, they're leaving the room. They're getting forced out of the room. And what's left standing are the projects built to function. The ones that make the system faster, cheaper, and real. Bitcoin was the spark. There's no doubt about it. Look, Bitcoin's the highway, the gateway, whatever you want to call it. It is the reason that people have come over to the crypto markets. And it always starts with Bitcoin, which is fine, which is great. But once they start researching and looking into the other assets, as exactly as we all did, we went down CoinMarketCap and we started saying, what is this? What is that? And we started looking into them. All roads, all paths lead to XRP. And this right now, this is where our story pivots, because we get this, and we'll put this out. A lot of people out there, they don't understand, why is the price of XRP going down? This is the worst bull run I've ever been in. Just a little bit of patience, everyone. Because behind the curtain, the smart money, it's awake. Reports quietly circulate inside financial institutions. And I quote, it states, we take a positive attitude towards XRP and its future value increase after comparing it to other cryptocurrencies. You understand how powerful that line is? Look, it's very clear. XRP, it's worth way more than $2.40. We know where the value is going. I've stated plenty of times, and I will keep stating it. I will not sell a single XRP until these institutions are in and their money has been deployed. Once that happens and the price appreciates, I will reevaluate my position and my standing and see what I want to do. If that takes another 4 years, well, bunker down. Here we go, another 4 years. It's not going to take another 4 years, though, everyone. It's happening this year. It's happening in November when that first ETF is going to go live. It's going to happen once the government opens back up. You can almost imagine a boardroom here, right? Such staring at the charts, realizing that, holy crap, XRP isn't a meme coin. It's the plumbing, it's the bridge, it's the utility layer that the world's about to need. And it's the only asset in the US that actually has clarity. Few assets have documented belief from banks and payment giants like this. Let that sink in. It's rare, it's real, and it's about to be undeniable, everyone. When the credits roll on this cycle, the people who understand utility, the ones who sort of Pat and Foreman, the world caught on. They're going to own the next era of finance, because the real story, it isn't about what's trending. It is about what's building. And XRP, it's been writing this next chapter the whole time. Make sure you sign up for my free newsletter, episode number 3, coming to an inbox near you very, very soon. It's free, 100% free. Hit the join newsletter button in my video description. Put your email in. You'll get an email back. Confirm that you did subscribe. It's a 2-factor, and then you are in. I hope you enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up, smash that like. I'll be back with the next one.